Hey, you guys. This week, I want to talk to you about element four in your life book. It's about creating a healthy mindset. Now, a healthy mindset is one of the most important parts of a long term healthy lifestyle. And I just want to share with you a few slides from element four about what it talks about. But before I do that, let me tell you about my dog. We recently got a new dog, and her name is Luna. And she's a great dog. But sometimes when she hears another dog bark, she goes crazy and starts barking too. Like it's just like automatic response. And I had to think about how often are we like that? When somebody throws something at us, how often do we throw it right back without even thinking? Somebody says something negative to us, automatically we say something negative back. Or somebody does something in traffic, we automatically react in a negative way. One time I was at a four-way stop and I was thinking it was my turn. I couldn't really remember who got there first. And I just started going. And I guess it was somebody else's turn. And because he started going at the same time. And so I said, "Oh, sorry, sorry," as I was going through the intersection. And he ended up following me and like flipping me off and yelling at me every time I would look in my rearview mirror. He was yelling at me like he just couldn't let it go. And it was totally an accident on my part. I felt bad, but it made me think about that. Like, how often are we just reactive? And instead of just actually being the dominant force in our life and planning ahead of how we will react to things and how we will handle things. I wanted to show you really quick just a few slides about this, becoming the dominant force in your life. And Dr. Anderson, that's one of his main objectives is helping us to become the dominant force in our life by becoming mentally healthy. And one thing that he talks about is that it is our responsibility for our current health and our well-being. Nobody else gets to make that decision for us. We decide, for the most part, as far as how we act in regards to our health, what we're putting in our body, how often we're moving. Although sometimes, of course, we don't have that choice if it's due to a severe illness or extra, like inability to exercise or something. But we're responsible for the most part about our current health and our well-being. And so as we look at that, I want you to ask yourself, am I open and curious in situations or am I closed and defensive? Like, do I always have to be right or can I have an open mindset? Now, in element four, it talks about the drama triangle. And I want you to look at this and just ask yourself, where do I live most often? Am I always feeling like the victim, like it's not fair, things are being done to me? Or am I feeling like I'm always the hero, like I have to save everyone, I have to do everything for everyone, nobody can do anything for themselves? Am I enabling victims? Or am I the villain? Am I really good at blaming people? Do I always have to find out whose fault it was? Who did it? Do I like that drama? That is the drama triangle, and it kind of feels icky, but we all live there most of the time. But if we turn that around and we become conscious about our decisions and we plan ahead for what we're choosing, we can actually move to the empowerment triangle, where we are the creator. We're creating our own story. We're in charge of what happens. Instead of being the hero, we can be the coach to other people. We can help them to become their best self. We can empower others to be successful. And instead of being the challenger or just living it for the drama, we can be open and curious. And we can know that the obstacles help us get better. We can know, we can be forgiving, we can be understanding. And so as we go throughout our health journey, one of the easiest ways that we can move from the drama triangle to the empowerment triangle is by stop, challenge, and choosing. Instead of reacting, take a deep breath. Dr. A always says he likes to have a water bottle in his hand. And when somebody says something that just kind of like irks him or, just bugs him a little bit, he will take a drink of water before he responds. That is how you stop, you challenge that. He's able to think about that, and then he's able to choose that response. I want you to try that this week. I want you to stop, challenge, and choose, whether it be in a relationship or whether it be a choice. Maybe somebody brings donuts into the office. Instead of just reacting like, it's not my fault, they're here, I just can't get healthy in this environment, Stop and challenge that. What if I could be like the dominant force in my life and I could make a choice of what I put in my body and I could be an example to others and I could, thank whoever brought those. That was so nice of you. I'm just going to have some water. I'm not going to choose that today and leave the room. What if you had more power to do that instead of just reacting like my dog does when she hears another dog? What if you stopped and challenged, how do I want to show up in this moment? It's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. And so ask yourself, how am I going to show up? Stop, challenge that, and then make the choice. That is one motto I want you to live by as you're doing Optavia. Stop, challenge, and choose. Create that space between the stimulus and response. Give it a try this week. Let me know how it goes.